The early days of Minecraft are
All right,
often referred to as the
I'm back now.
purest form of the game. However,
sure
there's
everything's on.
nothing pure about the alpha Minecraft live streams found on the Consciousness YouTube
My
channel.
boy Khan
It has
got
since been revealed in a
10.7K
popular YouTube
subs
video
now.
that
That's
this
my
channel
goat.
features a child
He's not
who
making
is in
any money,
danger
though.
and is secretly live streaming their Minecraft content.
But he
in
might be making
hopes
money.
to give people directions to their ever-changing location. So when it came to the first live streams since this channel gained all this attention, the chat was absolutely filled with people who had truly no idea what was going to happen next. And that is truly one of the scariest things about this channel.
Oh, he started a whole live stream?
Having some decent tools and going right away into a cave, which is actually the first time out of all the known previous live streams that we see the player enter a dark space. They are mining and occasionally writing messages to the viewers.
Car drove from
Whoa, 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 whoa. This motherfucker has never once gotten in a cave. I have never seen him mine iron. Where the fuck is he getting this? He did not gain confidence all of a sudden out of buttfuck nowhere.
a while. Felt like 5 hours. It was only 4, I guess.
This is incredibly helpful, but don't get used to it because this is hands down the most straightforward thing Khan says to us from here on out. For the rest of the video, Khan just seems to be playing the game normally until they decide to build a base. But
I could just be a
any
time
base.
zone
They build
issue.
up to the sky and
5
begin
hours
to
feels like
construct
4.
some sort of sky base, potentially to try and make it more difficult for someone to find or reach. But we get one more live stream after this where Khan is just doing some pretty basic activities, building their base further, and even says,
I'm doing better today, I think.
which is a very sweet sentiment. However, this is the last thing we would hear for Khan before they disappeared for 4 months. And that's where this story
4 fucking
really
months? Oh damn, someone gonna get beat. It's real.
We rejoin the world months later, and Khan seems a bit disoriented, probably because they haven't been able to play on this world for ages. After getting their bearings, Khan, weirdly enough, decides to leave the base they built and starts to construct a new base. Now, this could perhaps signify the moving of their location in real life, because in previous live streams, Khan would recreate their surroundings in Minecraft. And this would certainly make sense, especially considering it's been so long since Khan has last updated us. But the real issue here is the house that Khan decides to construct looks unlike any house you would ever find in real life. I mean,
Yeah, it
it's
looks like
built
fucking
into the
shit.
side of a mountain and seems to go
Are
into
there
it
mountain
pretty
houses
deep.
like that?
And this confuses me because with the
No,
sky base,
I don't
for
think
example,
I've
it
ever
didn't
seen one.
visually look like anything in real life, but that could have just been Khan trying to depict a tall building like a hotel or apartment complex. But this is just downright odd. We nearly finished the new house, and the stream ends
I
as we
mean,
watch
we
the
saw the old guy.
sunrise.
We
Now,
saw the other guy's house. We saw the other guy's house. He does not got money to get into another house like that. He does not got money. There's no way.
This stream is eerie to me. Khan isn't nearly as talkative as they typically are, and I've checked all of these chests for codes like ones Khan has used to spell out something prior, but there was nothing. Something has changed from the last time we saw Khan, and my guess is the man has begun to watch Khan much more closely than he would prior, which means it's not going to be as easy for Khan.
I mean, to be fair, in the first live streams beforehand, he was just playing the game normally. But I guess, I don't know. He knows people are watching now, I hope.
On to signal us as to
There's
what
like
is going
hundreds
on
of people
or how
watching
we
it.
can help. So we're gonna have to pay much closer attention. And as it turns out, I'm not the only one paying close attention to the Consciousness YouTube channel. I found official investigations.
Oh, I
looking
thought you were talking
into
about other
this case
viewers.
ran by a Detective Collins. There were specifically attempts to track the live stream connection, which appeared to be unsuccessful. Not much information was being made available to the public, which made sense considering it's an ongoing case, but I was able to check back into this case from time to time to see if they posted any new information.
Oak.
The next stream happens the following weekend per usual. Khan seems like they want to go adventuring, so they head off to explore the world. Considering
How did the police officers know about the YouTube video, though? That's like the only thing I'm like a little concerned about. How did the police officers know about that? Like I get the video was really popular, but like, I don't know.
This is still alpha Minecraft. There's not really much to find or discover, but
There's like
we
stuff that's
continue
usually so
nonetheless, and
popular,
Khan messages
but
to
even
us
other
on a
people just don't
sign
know.
and says,
Unless you're Mario.
This is fun.
this is really positive, but honestly, it almost worries me more than anything. I mean, is Khan becoming like used to this situation they're in? And what happened in those 4 months that they were gone? And what changed so that they could start playing Minecraft again? Well, anyway, as we're exploring the world, you might have caught this moment. Did you see it?
Yep.
Basically, in the corner of our eye, we can see what looks like the ruined remains of Khan's first base. Khan
Holy
quickly,
fucking shit,
snaps
did we
away
catch
from
that
it and
before?
walks in a different direction, but this
So this
confirms
is the
for
same
me
world.
that this is the exact same world that we saw in the first half of the live streams. But Khan's behavior here is just odd, because the second any of this happens, they try to play it off and then immediately head back to their base and log off. Let's assess what we know thus far. Khan continues live streaming a little bit after their channel goes viral and says that they drove in a car for what felt like 5 hours, but it was only 4. If we know Khan started in Michigan, we can assume what Khan is confused about is the time zone change. Khan was most likely
So we
keeping
can
a
know
close
we
eye
know
on
he's
the
in
time,
CST
even
now.
counting the hours, but if they suddenly
Like
switch from
100%.
Eastern Standard Time to Central Standard Time, then the time would get sent back an hour earlier, which would make it look like they arrived wherever they got to an hour earlier than they actually did.
I mean,
unfortunately, this doesn't really narrow it down a ton, but
I narrowed
it
it
doesn't
down a
matter
lot
because
more.
At this point, 4 months have gone by, and clearly by moving
Because it's in
bases,
CST,
Khan
but it's on the border of CST and EST, which, I mean, I'm the detective. I also suck at geography, so I don't know where the fuck that would be.
is no
But-
longer where they were prior. But
I mean, he
since
could
this
probably
gap in
tell
time,
where he is
Khan
off, like,
seems
the
to
wind
have
in the
really
Minecraft game.
changed. Their actions are a lot less driven or purposeful, but that could also be a side effect of them being more heavily watched by whoever is holding them. Now, this video was titled Oak, which intrigued me because I feel like it stands out a little bit among all of the other videos that we have seen up until this point. So I decided to go back to the stream and kind of scour through the footage looking for any of the oak trees that maybe had some sort of symbol in them or information, and it was during this process that this happened. Prior to this moment, Khan had never been able to do much of anything with the YouTube channel itself. The descriptions were always left blank, and the titles were the only signifying thing about these videos. So while I was wary of this video, it seemed that this time around, Khan had more access to the actual YouTube channel itself when they aren't playing Minecraft. This unlisted video appears to be taken from a really old phone, and we can't see much, but we can sort of hear this.
I mean, it's sunny outside. Why the fuck is this guy living in the dark? God damn, bro. Oh, he knows about the Minecraft. He knows about the Minecraft videos. So that means
This
he
was
knows.
enough confirmation for me that Khan is certainly still in a very bad situation despite.
So he definitely 100% knows that Khan is live streaming. So there's no way he's still letting him do it. Surely?
What they may be being forced to say on the main stream.
Unless this is just a
Checking
shit
back in with that
storytelling.
police case, the department seemed to have released a region map of where the suspect could be. It's a pretty wide area, but appears to almost align with what I thought prior when we were talking about the time zones. They also released the make and model of a car alongside a license plate asking if anyone sees the car to contact the
You
authorities.
think I got an Amber
But
Alert for this shit?
Besides that, I just had to wait until the next live stream.
Nothing. Oh, is that the name of the video?
The next live stream shows Khan trying to get materials and organize their base a little bit more. So in a previous live stream, we had seen Khan sort of organize a chest in coordination with the alphabet in order to spell something out. So I, as well as the rest of the chat, was trying our best to decipher anything that could be spelled out here. But it was interesting because when Khan had done this prior, they were being very intentional with the items in just one of the chests. But this time Khan was being just as intentional with all of their chests. But as hard as I looked, none of the items seemed to spell anything in the same way as last time. But then I thought about it a little bit, and I realized that there are other ways to form letters. Like, for example, these items here form an L. I also can see an I for sure.
Is that not what we figured from the beginning?
But it's hard to tell.
Wait. Am I throwing? Because I did not think of any other way besides that.
Not all letters can actually be formed as easily in a 3x3 grid. The issue here is there are assortments that could easily be multiple letters. Like this could be a P or an F, or even that I from before could be a Z technically. But either way, there's not enough letters to actually form something, and it seems like Khan got too frustrated to continue. So overall, I knew something was still wrong, and it felt like I was just inches away from finding it.
We're already on the dam.
Khan goes live again, but they seem to be in a different place than when they logged off. Now, we've seen this before, but previously when Khan would log on somewhere new, it was a sign that the man had logged on to Khan's world and had done something bad to it. Whether it was creating a giant underground maze or even burning down Khan's entire base, it never meant a good thing. This time, nothing seems to be super out of the ordinary. Khan plays for a bit, mining down some of the trees for resources, when suddenly Khan says,
Think I gotta go, time for dinner.
Hey, what? First off, Khan has always been allotted 30 minutes to play per week, which is incredibly little, so offering it up willingly is an incredibly bizarre move. And secondly, saying it's time for dinner is odd because this stream should have happened around 1 p.m. local time. So I'm not sure whether to take this as another extreme move or something else. Overall, this stream just feels odd, and I just continued looking through the video for anything. I don't know,
Khan's acting really,
especially considering the login
not like him.
Different, but I just saw some weird terrain, and that was about it. However,
Jesus
when I
Christ,
went back to get the footage, I saw another one of those unlisted videos pop up, and that's where I saw this.
Oh fuck no, that is so, dude. Oh hell no.
Khan was getting more and
more
bold.
Fuck no.
It seems like they have access
is that
to some
shower
sort of
curtain?
Camera or phone, but either way, it's certainly old and presumably with no internet service. But this worried me because sure, there wasn't a ton here, but Khan has to be sharing this with us for a reason, right? I just didn't know what to take away from it. Even turning up the exposure, there's nothing here.
I think that's a shower curtain.
I didn't understand it until I watched the next live stream.
Oh my god, I thought it was the live stream. I was like, dude, what the fuck is going on? No, this is weird. Because the only thing we can get off of this is the fact that Khan is not acting at all how he's supposed to be acting. The guy knows he streams, too. That's two. I don't know. You can't see me, but I have two fingers up. The guy knows he streams, so there's no way he's letting him stream. The only thing I can infer is either the guy is watching him stream and forcing him to act a certain way, or the guy is streaming and pretending to be Khan. Never mind, Khan's escaped. He's fucking gone! He's chilling! He's home! Or in the forest. I think. It looks like he's ran away. This reminds me of a random clip of a movie I saw where a girl pretended to go pee and said she couldn't pee like a guy, so she grabbed the phone and she ran away and peed and called the cops or something like that. I don't know. It was like fucking 8. They fucking
This
EMP'd his
broke
shit.
my heart. I mean, it is now beyond clear with Khan trying to run away that they do not want to be here. But without any sort of address or knowledge on where Khan is, there's nothing that
Dude,
we can
no,
do.
I'm gonna have to take a moment because, look, it's very, very known that ARGs are very like altered, right? This guy went above and beyond and just took footage from a forest, dude. This guy. That's why I love Zach. I love Zach. He might be my favorite one.
About this. Something had changed for Khan to get to the point of running away, maybe being more heavily supervised or something else. It just sucked because, as I found out next live stream, this attempt to run didn't work. It was around this point that I received an update on the ongoing case that was being formed. I only noticed about 2 changes.
What if whenever he's like, the guy says, "I think I gotta go," either that's him escaping, hypothetically it's him escaping, hear me out, or it's the guy, the kidnapper, actually playing, but then he realizes the kid is gone, so he went to go save him, or not, well, save him. He went to go kidnap him again.
The first was that the detective had been changed, and it was now one Detective Robertson.
Robertson
hadn't really been a public statement as to why this was, but I assume it's relatively routine with cases like these. And secondly, and more importantly,
I think I've heard something about that in shows.
Suspect.
Like they can't get
Stellar
too
was
much
now
on the case
listed.
or something.
No image was listed, and I couldn't find much online to get any more information, but at least it seemed like there was progress. After a good long while of waiting, another live stream happened, which makes sense that it would take that long because if Khan ended up with the man again, they certainly wouldn't want to let them play Minecraft after they just pulled something like that.
Yeah.
But it just sucked that it seemed like all of that work Khan did to try to run was for nothing, and even the live stream gave us nothing to go off of. In this new live stream, it was as if the previous one had never happened. I mean, the VOD wasn't posted after it was streamed, so it's clear that Khan is just trying to go back to playing the game as they normally would. However, this time, Khan really doesn't seem to know what they're doing. They wander around the world a bit, try to craft something, but seem to struggle to remember how to craft it. And then at one point, Khan even goes completely AFK for a while, which is incredibly weird. And when they do come back, they seem to snap back to reality a bit and start getting materials
Okay,
to
now
extend their
I'm
house.
thinking
It's
maybe
truly
this is the
impossible to
kidnapper.
understand what could have happened in that time that Khan went AFK. I mean, maybe the man wanted them to go do something.
I mean,
or they could have even been reading the chat for a bit, which, by the way, Khan has never acknowledged, so that feels pretty unlikely. But overall, this stream, when next to the previous one, really sticks out when it comes to how chill and nonchalant it is. And it is that type of juxtaposition that would continue.
You know, I've been thinking about that word juxtaposition. I needed that word like 2 months ago because I was trying to use that word for a certain reason and I couldn't fucking think of that goddamn word. Juxtaposition. Thank you, Zacho. I needed that reminder.
Live stream. This stream had Khan talking and conversing with the viewers probably the most they ever have. They said things like,
I'm doing good lately. Just been enjoying things. Minecraft is fun too. You don't need to worry a lot.
Yeah, no. This is definitely fabricated messaging right here. Either the guy is intensely watching. Wait. No, because Khan has always pretended like he's been playing the game normally, right? Hear me out. This is a long explanation. He has always been pretending like he's just playing the game normally without streaming. Now, Khan would not normally type this. So, brings up the question. Is the kidnapper watching over him and making him say these things? Or is the kidnapper writing these messages? Because we know the kidnapper knows about these live streams. So the kidnapper clearly has some sort of power over what's being written currently. There's no way at all that Khan is writing these messages by himself, because the guy knows. And if he knows, why would he let Khan keep doing
There are
this?
two scenarios here. One is that this is actually Khan and something has changed
My goat.
recently.
Dab
and
me up,
they're doing a
Zacho.
lot better now.
Dab me
Or,
up.
alternatively, this is someone else forcing Khan to say these things. And
That's
he's
what
trying
I'm
to get us to
saying!
Stop looking into this situation. But it feels clear, based on some of the things we've seen at this point, that things are in fact not fine. It was around this time that I
Right.
discovered something on the Consciousness channel. There had always been a very few amount of categories depicted on the channel, but I noticed that one new one had been added. It was a playlist tab, and when I clicked it, I saw just a basic videos playlist. But what was weird to me is it didn't have all of Khan's videos inside of it. And I'm not talking about all of the unlisted ones. I'm talking there were several videos that were public on the channel, but not on this playlist.
Well, don't we still have
The videos
access to
that
the
were
email?
on it were Need Out, Oak, Movements, Everything, Progress, Like and Subscribe, and Around, which meant the videos not on it include
Grab the
Zero
first
Ways
letter. No. Yep, I
Out,
got nothing.
YV,
I got nothing.
and then also
I got
Are You
nothing.
Watching and Very Cold, which are two streams that are not posted currently after they were streamed. I wasn't sure what to do with this information. I tried to see if those words could somehow tell a story, like things like movements and progress seem related, but beyond that, I didn't know what to make of it. But it did seem like Khan was actively adding more videos to this playlist, so I guess we just have to wait and see if any more gaps would get filled in with this final live stream.
God damn, that is bright.
The live stream starts and Khan is underground in a long tunnel. Now, this should be familiar because it happened a few other times prior in the live streams where we assumed that the man had played on Khan's world when Khan wasn't playing and put them in dark tunnels to try to mess with Khan and scare them. However, Khan doesn't seem quite as phased by it this time, and it's probably because they've had to deal with this so many times. But it's interesting though. The tunnels are very long and much more complicated, but Khan seems to pretty much find their way out first try, which is incredibly odd to me, but honestly, good for them because they get back to the surface.
Yeah,
and
that's
get
not at
back to
all
life
normal.
as normal.
Khan
Let's talk about this
has
tunnel, though,
never
because
used
in the history
torches.
of this
Wait
channel
a
and
damn minute! I have never seen Khan use a torch in his life! Wait one damn minute! He never once uses a torch in the entire game! So for him to be using them and then to... Yeah, no, this is not Khan.
videos, we've seen roughly 2 tunnels. There was this one at the bottom of that 3x3 pit that Khan later tried to blow up, and then there was a longer, much more notable one in this stream that Khan spawned inside of. Now, both of these tunnels were 2x1, meaning bare minimum of what you have to mine to make a tunnel to walk through, and absolutely 0 ores were mined when they were encountered. It was just a straight up tunnel. But this
They were
time
just
around,
trolling
you
my
can
boy.
see gaps where presumably ores were mined, and this is confirmed when we look at Khan's inventory. So whoever made the tunnels, in my opinion, was not the same person who made the tunnels the first time, also known as the man. Potentially there is a third unknown person that could also be in the mix, but this is a lot to draw from some very minute differences.
Well,
and some
I
more
think the only
things
reason it'd be
happened during
different
this
is
live
because
stream. Khan actually
the guy
starts
just
talking
wanted
to
to
us
troll
again.
Khan. He didn't give a fuck about no
Hey
goddamn
guys,
stuff.
just want to say thanks for all your help. This is my last stream, I think. I'm honestly good.
This guy's such a...
However, as
yo,
Khan continues to
what?
try to light up the area, this happens.
Yo, no. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Khan then respawns and looks around, seemingly a bit lost, before suddenly snapping back to reality and starting to run in the direction of their base. We pass by the initial sky base and then finally arrive back at the normal base, and Khan gets all their stuff back. Khan messages on a sign and says,
Thanks for watching.
Is he like
and they
swapping
log
between who gets
off.
to play?
But did you see that? Khan
No.
typed 2 additional letters there, CL. Now, to understand what this means, we have to go back
Watching
all the way to the
closely.
first video ever
Oh.
posted to this channel, and to
Oh.
this day, the only public video on the channel.
Oh!
Khan writes on a sign above their base, "Look closely." So I believe what Khan wants to say here is thanks for watching closely. So I did just that. When Khan first dies, they initially seem to not remember which way to go, and once they do remember, they head in that direction non-stop.
It's almost like
barely
someone's
moving
getting
the direction
swapped.
of the character. But you know what they do move? Their cursor. It's barely noticeable, but we've seen something like this before. Khan would
This
write
is
out
very
letters
Khan of
by
them.
almost drawing them with the crosshair, and this time it seems to also spell
Titties. Title?
Now, these were really hard to read, so it's not surprising that I would
Titles?
miss a letter. So I have no doubt in my mind that this is saying titles. So I took a closer look at all of the video titles, and I discovered a few things. And the first was honestly incredibly sad. Now, I didn't catch anything with the recent videos, but when I looked at the first 7 videos that I covered last video, I realized something. The first letter spells out a word, but it wasn't a word I ever would have registered. It spells out W0LVRNE,
The password.
which, if you remember, ended up being the password used to get access to the YouTube channel. Khan had been trying to spell it out for me the whole time. It's the same reason that when I did get access to the account, all of the live streams prior to the first one I saw started with the letter
fucking
W. Khan was
W.
waiting for someone to join the stream so they could start spelling out the password. I felt terrible, but this is all in the past. I obviously tried to apply this same concept to the videos that had already come out after that point. However, nothing worked or made any sense. But that was when I remembered the playlist. I hadn't checked back in on it in a while, and it turns out both streams that had happened since then were added to it.
Oh.
Now, the whole time in the back of my mind, I've wondered what would have happened if the man had found out that Khan had been live streaming. I assumed that he would probably just make Khan stop streaming, but when the streams kept happening after that gap in time, I assumed that Khan still hadn't been caught.
Not me play. Yes!
I don't think that's true anymore.
He told
I'm
him!
not watching Khan. This whole time,
Khan's a
I've struggled
fucking
to piece out even the
genius!
smallest hints from Khan's gameplay, trying to get some information on where they might be, and I assume
this
it
kid's
was
gotta
so
be, like,
difficult because
the
Khan
smartest
was
kid
being
ever.
more heavily watched, but it was actually because it wasn't Khan at all. It was the man. It wasn't until he died that he needed Khan to come in to bail him out, because he didn't know how to get back to the base, because that first base was built by Khan, and the man had never been at spawn before. The man had been trying to do some damage control with the number of
This
eyes
is fun.
on
Yeah,
this
that's what I'm
channel.
saying.
So
I
he
knew
live-streamed
Khan ain't
himself
typed like
as
that.
Khan,
I know
saying
my
that
boy.
everything was all right, and bit by bit restored people's faith that maybe Khan was okay. And Khan was forced to watch the whole time and even run the YouTube channel so that everything would appear the same as when Khan would title everything themselves. This meant that all Khan had to cue us in were the video cards and making a playlist in order to try to communicate with us.
Oh,
but I realized
shit.
something. If the man had been the one playing on the streams, then who had been playing in between streams? Maybe Khan wasn't able to stream anymore, but maybe they were still allowed to play. I had focused on getting information out of the streams themselves, but I needed to focus on what was happening in between streams.
What? No! No! That is so. Oh my god, that is not bullshit. That is not bullshit. Wait, okay. The first one had to be
Between
bullshit.
streams.
Oh my god. He was leaving around. I was not. You know what? Nobody's getting that one. There's no way. I would have put an H on that one. What the fuck? Oh my god.
The last time the man knew I had gotten into his account, he knew someone was coming, but this time he has no idea that I just got the final bit of info that I needed to put an end to this.
No, you gotta hand that shit to Khan. That is the smartest shit ever. What?
Police took 33-year-old Gerard Steller into custody on April 20th, 2025.
Oh my
He had
God.
fled from a house he was hiding in Michigan all the way to Illinois, and with him, he took his 13-year-old daughter, Evelyn. She detailed to the police her attempts to live stream her location in hopes of bringing her dad to justice.
So who
for the
was
things
Levi?
that he had done.
He put me in homeschooling. He noticed I was really missing my brother. He said he would make it better, but I didn't know what that meant. What did it mean? I never would have complained if I would have known.
Dude, no, Evelyn, you are a fucking yo. Fuck school, bro. You're a genius.
My dad told me his name was Gabe, but I didn't really believe him.
Wait, so then who the fuck is Levi?
Let me explain. Gerard Steller, the father, had recently gotten in a divorce with his wife, Erin Collins. Now, if you recognize that name, it's
That's
because
the police
she was listed
officer!
as an approving officer on this case, and she got removed from the case at the same time that they listed Gerard as a suspect.
That makes
During
sense
their
because you
divorce,
can't
their two
have.
children were separated, and each parent was granted full custody of one of the children. This doesn't happen often, but
I was
in
like, that
this case, it was
doesn't
decided that it was for
make
the
sense.
best, and Evelyn went to live with her dad while her brother Gabe went to live with his mom. When Evelyn expressed that she missed her brother, Gerard apparently took things into his own hands. He kidnapped Levi Goldings and kept him in the basement of a house in Michigan.
So wait, why Levi?
It was wrong.
Am I missing something?
Levi cried
Levi.
in the basement, and I wanted to help him.
That's very brave. What did you do?
It was my birthday.
Are they the same person?
So I asked to play Minecraft on his old laptop. I planned to call someone, but he was watching me most of the time.
Like watching the screen?
Yeah, but he would walk away for a bit, and I clicked on something that looked like it would signal for help, but it was like a recorder.
Oh.
It did the screen. Eventually, I figured out it could live stream in the background while it played, and you couldn't see it.
Did you know where it was streaming to?
Not at first, but at one time, my dad told me that before I was born, he used to record YouTube videos about Minecraft on the same version I was playing on. I assume that's where it went to. So when my time was up to play, I managed to find the login information and write it down.
When I managed to gain access to the YouTube account,
a
there were
genius.
videos from early 2011 that were now privated. These were what Evelyn was talking about. It was exactly why she was able to stream so easily, because it was all already set up from all those years ago. But what I was curious about most was what happened when Levi was first saved.
I was trying to share as much information as I could during the streams until one day my dad rushed in and told me we had to go. I thought we were going back to his other house, but we drove for a while.
Is that when you figured out you were live streaming?
Not right away. I played 2 more times after that before he caught me. He was really mad.
Did he hurt you?
No, but he said I was gonna fix my mistake.
Huh.
So,
Oh, by continuing the live stream.
Lied to my mom on the phone. I told her we were still in Michigan, but a bit later, Dad told me the attention from the streams wasn't going away, and I had to help him make it go away.
what did he have you do?
He had me set up the streams the same way I did. He wanted it to look exactly like I was playing, and then he tried to convince people that nothing was wrong anymore. But eventually, he let me play again, as long as I was recording. So I built things in the world to call for help, hoping someone would
That's
catch
so smart.
Someone did. And what you did was incredibly brave, Evelyn. And I'm so sorry that you had to go through that.
it. I'm just glad it's done.
Dude, I'm just impressed by how fucking genius Evelyn was. Holy shit.
A video detailing the full timeline of events can be found
Oh
for
my
free
God.
on my Patreon page. I hope you all have enjoyed the
Guys, a
story as much as I
fucking
have
God
creating it. And
damn.
if you want some super cool consciousness merch, you can check it out using.
He made merch out of this shit!
100% of all the proceeds will be going to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and I'll include the link to
Yo, what did I say? This is my goat. Zacho,
page
you are my
below
goat.
if you would like to donate.
You are
yourself.
my goat.
Thank you to all my Patreon members for their
That was good.
support and for
That was
enabling
good.
me
Holy
to do
shit,
these
dude.
projects.
That
and
was
hope you
I
all
I
stick
could
around
not have
for
caught
some of the
any of
videos
that.
haven't
I figured there was some parts off, you know, about the way he was acting and all that, but nothing else did I catch. Holy shit. She'd been changing the world and the way he logged on. They like completely swapped positions. She would just play while he was off, but like in the first one, he would play while she was off. That's fucking wow. Wow.